Three peptides that seem to be the most common and seem to people react to or respond to better is C-Max as a nasal spray, salink as a nasal spray. So C-Max is for cognitive energy and focus. Salink is for mood regulation. That really helps with people like CEOs, which I know you work with. But taking that at night, almost like works a bit like an adaptogen. So if you take it in the morning, it sort of regulates your mood along with C-Max to focus. And if you take it at night, it gets rid of that noise when you're sleeping. So what tends to be really common is, particularly with entrepreneurs, is that they go to bed and they fall asleep straight away because they're so physically tired.
That's like, out. Like,
they're out like a light, but then at 2, 3 a.m. they wake up and they can't get back to sleep. That's really common. And what I've learned over time, actually, when we find these right peptides for you, is that you will still wake up because it's so habitual. It's such a strong habit that you've got into in your circadian rhythm. They still wake up at 2 or 3, but they go back to sleep within 15 minutes because obviously the peptides kicked in. Delta sleep inducing peptide, same sort of thing. Take that at night. Really good for cortisol balance as well. And that induces deep sleep, delta sleep, taking that sort of 30 minutes before bed. I take that when I travel. I try to avoid people becoming the reliability of that, because I think even though it's not addictive and you shouldn't rely on it scientifically, people it's habitual. You keep taking it, so I can't sleep unless I take the spray. So like Oxytocin, I'd normally say to people 12 times a month. So if you want to put that any time in the category, so 3 times a week. 3 times a week over 4 weeks, or 12 times a month, and then take 4 weeks off. And that's just to avoid the reliability aspect of it.
So you mentioned there's something, oxytocin. Technically not a peptide though, is it?
Technically not, no. Okay, so no, it's a hormone, yeah. So.
What would you say are the benefits of taking that? So for example, I'm taking that post-training to aid in fat loss.
Yeah, I hear that a lot actually, yeah. So it's the love hormone, right? Yeah. So people take it. So mixed with PT141, that's common. Yeah. As actually, I hear from our lab in the US, that's one of their top sellers, PT141 for sexual performance, along with oxytocin, the love hormone. They're selling a lot of that. So, taking that 30 minutes before you require it, that works really well. And it's a feel good. It's good for people that are struggling with sort of mood regulations, depression, again, just to avoid the reliability aspect. But yeah, it's the feel good. It's the feel good hormone.
Do you think, if you look at my fridge in a minute, it's like a joke the amount of stupid things I have in there. But I think the biggest challenge I find sometimes is if, say, someone's listening to this and they're taking a lot of different peptides to try and understand which one's kind of doing what any time and kind of how they're interacting, because there's obviously kind of a bit of crossover between different peptides, I imagine. Yes.
Generally, peptides are grouped into families. Some like to target different things at different times. If I could just get my client to work how I would want them to work, is just use the peptides that are targeting similar receptors or similar outcomes at the same time, stack them before moving on to the next one. Taking too many peptides at once also can cause receptor attenuation, even if you're doing the right protocols, just because there's just too many receptors being hit at once. So, I'm traveling at the moment with, I've been on calls, I'm talking to people like this, and then I've got my bag next to me, I'll pull out 6 peptides. But then, I'm experiencing what I'm doing, and I know what peptides work for me and what don't. If you're taking too many at once, and you're new to peptides, you don't know what's working and what's not. So low and slow is very key. And there's very few peptides that sort of have any sort of contraindications, but some people taking CJC and Tessenrel, and I said, well, you're just taking 2 peptides that do the same thing. But not many that do that. Most of them do complement each other until you take too much, of course.
Now, if you enjoyed this clip and you're a coach, creator, or a business owner, and you want help in terms of how to scale your business using ads, AI, content, marketing, a lot of things we talk about on the show, then hit the link at the top line of our description in the YouTube video. You can book on a call with us and we'll walk through the whole process, audit your business, and show you where there's huge opportunities for you to scale.